Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make the Sicilian pizza dough. And the way I do this is, one, I'm using 2 2/3 cups of high gluten flour, 1 teaspoon of dry yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt. I like to mix the dry ingredients up before I start mixing so that I can be sure that things are kind of evenly dispersed. Next thing, and this took a little while to figure out, this is what I used to use, the dough mixer. Mixing arm, I think is what we'd call that. Instead, I'm using the edge scraper attachment. And the reason is I'm only going to use 11 ounces of water, which is going to leave this very liquidy. We'll go ahead and we're going to let this mix for about 6 to 8 minutes. We can see at this point everything is basically being mixed together, and we can see the dough getting stretched as it's being mixed. We'll let that go, and in about 6 minutes we'll start up again. So it's been about 3 minutes, maybe a little bit more than that. What I'm going to do is scrape some of this off the edge into the pile. And go ahead, put it back, turn it back on, and we'll let it go just for a few more minutes at this point. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take this off, take this out. Notice how the dough is still very wet. That is okay, that is what we want. That is why I did not use the dough mixer. If I were making Neapolitan style, the round pizza, then I use a drier recipe. And let's unplug that. I'll use a drier recipe, and then I would use the dough hook. But for this, I did not. We're leaving it wet. Let's go ahead and put this here. So what I'm going to do is take some flour and dust the dough. And then I'm going to carefully try to bring it together to make a dough ball. And hopefully you could see that. Again, I will go ahead and dust. I should probably dust the working surface a little bit. And there we go. And at this point, just carefully, this will stick to your hands if you don't keep it a little bit floured. At this point, what I'm going to do is transfer this to a baking dish. And I will press it out. The baking dish I did spray with some cooking spray. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but I didn't really care to find out either. I'm going to go ahead and just press that out so that it fills the dish. This dish, I believe, is 11 inches by 9 inches. So there we go. And at this point, I'm going to let this rise probably for about 2 hours. We'll see what it looks like. In the instructions, I'll let you know the actual time that I used for that. What I will do is take this and I will leave this in the oven turned off for that time. This way it is allowed to rise. It will probably double to triple in size by the time that I go ahead and bake it. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours and I am not sure how easy it is to tell in the video, but this has doubled to triple in size. So at this point I am going to heat the oven to 425 degrees and I will bake this probably 20 to 30 minutes. I will put the time that I choose in the instructions, but basically till it gets to a nice brown color. Then I will take it out, flip it over, sauce it and cheese it, and bake it until the sauce and cheese melts, still at 425 degrees. Okay, so now the crust is partially baked. What I'm going to do is remove this from the baking dish. And just need a place to lift it. There we go. Lost a tiny bit. Going to flip that over. And I'm going to add the sauce and cheese to the bottom. The top is already cooked. This ladle is a 2-ounce ladle, so we'll see what seems to be good. I found that you want quite a bit of sauce because this is going to be very doughy. That's 6 ounces. We'll see if the 6 ounces seems to be the right amount. We'll spread that around. I'm actually going to go a little heavy. You can go to your liking. This will be 8 ounces of sauce. And then in this bowl is 12 ounces of cheese. I am not sure how much of that I'm going to use. But I would also go pretty heavy on the cheese. Again, there's a lot of dough because it is thick crust. I'll probably try to use the whole thing, or all 12 ounces of that. And there we go. I have this on a pizza screen. If you don't have one, then just put it on a baking pan. It should be fine. That's it for now. So it's been 15 minutes. The pizza's ready. I'm going to finish it off with some Italian seasoning mix. I probably could have done this also on the sauce. Rather than on top of the pizza. I think that would have been better. I didn't think about it till after it was done. But I got my seasoning mix. I'm going to cut this. I will score it first. Actually, that may be good enough to cut. And let's go down. And then we'll cut through. And all done.